Oh, that's what that's what I want to, that's what I want to be hearing. All right. If I miss your guys' comments, I'm not missing it on purpose. I'm just trying to stay locked in because I lose my train of thought. All right. So let's get into it. Let me actually move this a little closer. That way I don't have to be reaching so far. All right. All right. First question. I have a secret. I'm 6 months pregnant and my man won't F me. He's always too tired. Sigun. But I've been myself every morning now, sometimes even twice a day. Something he don't let me do alone. So I tell him? Hold on, girl. He doesn't let you take care of yourself? Like, that's a problem? First of all, he don't even do it. And then he's upset that you do it on your own? Like, I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, if he's not willing to do it and you're willing to be like, oh, I'm just gonna do it with my hand or my whatever toy, it should be okay. But he's upset that you do that. You should tell him. Be like, yo, it's either you or the hand or the toy. Like, I don't care. That's crazy. That's not fair what we expect. Absolutely. Especially if he's not being intimate with you. If he's not being intimate with you, do your thing, girl. And yes, tell him straight up. Be like, yeah, I'm doing it because you're not doing it. You're supposed to be taking care of this, but you're not. So guess who's taking care of it? The hand. Good old Manuela. So it's his duty as a man. Absolutely. Neverland, ¿cómo estás? How are you? So he won't take care of your needs and he ain't. Exactly. Like, he's not taking care of your needs, but he's upset that you take care of yourself. You could have, like, it would have been different if this story went, oh, I went and found somebody else to do it. Instead, you were just like, hey, like, I'm just using my hands. My ex was like that. Turned out he was doing drugs. See, that also could be the thing. But you need to tell him straight up. Prima, ¿cómo estás? What's up, girl? How are you? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. But yeah, if he gets upset that you're using your hands because he can't please you or he doesn't want to please you, that sounds like his problem. Okay? That's absolutely not your problem. He doesn't have the right to get upset. You know, I would see it if it was like maybe you preferred your hand over him. Then I can see like why he would get upset about it. He'd be like, well, you don't even let me touch you. You use your hand. But no, it's the opposite way around, girl. Hell no. That's because he may be cheating. That's also true too, Ashley. I was about to say that. I was going to say maybe he's getting it somewhere else, right? So again, because that's just, there's a lot of things that could be happening here. So that's why we're just like assuming. First issue is him not taking care of your needs. Second, wait, what? You can't take care of yourself? No, that's what I'm saying, Monique. That's what I'm saying. You should be able to take care of yourself if he's not doing it. And you should also bring it up. When I was pregnant, my ex-husband didn't want to have S with me because he thought it was his D would hit the baby. A lot of men, sure. First of all, Bell's Beauty, you should have been like, calm down. That shit ain't reaching, okay? You'll be fine. That's my most respectful way to do it, but men are so narcissistic. Hi, handsome. It's good to see you. How are you? What's up, Lulu? ¿Cómo estás? He's being selfish by not taking care of her needs. Absolutely. A guy just ate me out and I felt so good. I had to stop. I couldn't handle it. The guy said to let loose. Absolutely, girl. Dipped in glitter. This is what she said. A guy just ate me out and it felt so good. I had to stop. I couldn't handle it. And let a guy take. And the guy said to let loose. Girl, let loose. Just. And wherever the ride takes you, just hold on. You know, just hold on and let him take you to a whole different place. Maybe you've never been to that. Maybe you've never crossed to that other side. Okay? Because you should be finishing multiple times, miss. Multiple times. So just let loose and just go. You know? Godspeed. Get out of your head. Absolutely. You know, just go. Like, I know it gets super sensitive, but just go for it, girl. Fourth Gen, what's up, bro? How are you? Get out of your head. Absolutely. Don't overthink it. Just spread them legs, girl. And let your man do his thing. Relax and enjoy the ride, girl. You couldn't find a whole new world like Alice in Wonderland. And yes, girls should just let loose, let men take their souls. Absolutely. LOL, better log on later. See, here's the thing. Also, you have a guy who does it, and not just does it, to me, it sounds like he's doing it well. Because there's some guys who try to do it, don't know what they're doing, you know? So imagine having that. So just lay back, girl, and have a great time. Okay. All right. Next question. D, what's up? Do me for experimental purposes. We do everything for science over here. All right. Please let me know what's wrong with me. I was dating this guy for 3 months and he told me he was done with me. Says he found someone else. Mind you, I'm a little PDA, but home I'm different. He told me my head game is fire, cream on point, swallow song, yes, P tight, booty tighter. He never complained. Thoughts. I was dating this guy for 3 months and he told me he was done with me. Girl, again, you could just be like a hookup situation with him, because if everything else is great, it could be that maybe he's not attracted to you, but he just wants the cookie, or he doesn't see you as a serious relationship. So of course, if you can get the cookie, he's gonna keep coming around. And you're over here saying that the P is amazing, everything is amazing. Why are you giving it to this guy who says he wants nothing to do with you? No. All those goodies that you got, girl, should be going to somebody who's going to appreciate them. They shouldn't just be to some random or just some side piece or a situationship. I'm like, not random, but you know what I mean. To me, it kind of sounds like you're just maybe a placeholder, a side piece, somebody he's just keeping around until then. All those goodies, girl, those need to be put away for the right man. Okay, don't be letting this guy have all these goodies if he's not giving you what you need. My show is on. What's up, Envy? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Amen to that. Absolutely. Been seeing this guy and we made plans for tonight, but haven't heard from him since Tuesday. Do I text? Absolutely, girl. Yes, text and be like, hey, like if you didn't want to go, like call his ass out, because I mean, what time is it? 7:14 here. I don't know what time it is there. I hate it when people do that. They don't even they set up a date and they don't even message, and then all of a sudden, like, you don't message, they don't message. If you haven't heard from him from Tuesday, I'm pretty sure he's calling it off. Again, because if he's actually interested, like when I've gone on dates with somebody, I hit him with the like, hey, good morning, how's it going? Excited to see you later, we're still on, right? Or something like that. That's what I would say, because I wouldn't want her to feel like that. When I didn't want to go on a date, I'll tell you how I was. When I didn't want to go on a date, I would just not message. We don't do that anymore, okay? But I'm also not saying that's what he's thinking, but it could be, right? But again, haven't talked to him. Let's break it down. You haven't talked to him since Tuesday. He didn't even message you today, like saying like, hey, excited to see you, or 7 p.m., right? Or you know what I mean? Like, or I'm meeting you here, or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't even show up, if that makes sense. If you had plans to go to, I'm just making this up, Applebee's, because he's such a swell guy, right? Applebee's. And then, like, at 7, don't go. Unless you're planning on eating by yourself. You know what I mean? Like, there was no reassurances that he was going to go. Like, because the last thing you want to do is go and then him not show up and then just hurt yourself even more. You know what I mean? Like, some people feel like that. Be like, fuck, you had a little bit of hope they were going to show up. I would rather get a message be like, hey, I showed up. Where were you? Than be like, oh, shit, well, you didn't message me or anything, so I assumed that we weren't going. I would rather say that than show up and then be like, oh, fuck. Because imagine, like, I'm actually going to do this video, too. Like, I saw that somebody sent me a video of this guy. He went on a date, or he showed up, flowers in hand, all this stuff, right? And he got ghosted. So imagine showing up like that, right? Like, that's why I don't think have I ever been stood up? Let me think. No, not that I can think of or I can remember. Have I stood somebody up? Yeah, absolutely. Several times, actually. Am I proud of it? No. You know, because I'm sure it made him feel a type of way, right? So, again, if I was in your position, I would just say, I didn't hear from him. He didn't reassure me anything. I'm not going. And that's it. That's what I would say. But if you've been like, I don't know, if you like the dude, or I don't know, for some reason, and you want to message him, then go for it. I've never been stood up, but I get ghosted a lot afterwards. The life we live, right? Get a new man to hang out on that date. Imagine, see, hey, no, her date is today, Envy. That would be a straight, like, boss move right there. He didn't go, find another dude. If you can find somebody else to go with them. And then be like, yo, well, you didn't tell me. My work crush just met 2 months ago, just mentioned his girlfriend, but he seems so unhappy talking about, no, don't fall for it, Emmy. Don't fall for it. Let him figure out his relationships and stuff. He's gonna vent to you. You're gonna give him that shoulder to vent, and then as he reaches around, he's actually gonna grab a handful of something, and then you're gonna be like, maybe he likes me. No, stop it, girl. If he messaged you never messaged me, just say, I was with my other guy. Absolutely. And then send him a picture, be like, I went with the guy who told me we were going out. Sometimes you gotta stand 10 toes down, girl. I was on and off with a guy for over 15 years. It's hard to let go when they lead you on that total manipulation. Absolutely. I know it's hard, but this is how you learn. If it happened one time, I get it. It happens one time, maybe a couple times, but at some point, we need to learn our lesson. If, say I got ghosted 2 times in a row, I'd be like, fuck that. I ain't getting ghosted again. Okay, you wanna go out? Hey, like, let me know an hour before you're on your way to pick my ass up. I went with the guy who did make plans. Absolutely, tell him that I went with the guy who did make plans. Or even if you want to post it, be like, I love it when guys, not little boys. Why is it like that? Or I was just in a relationship too long. Well, see, here's the thing about dating nowadays. Dating changes. Like, regardless, like, I know some people are like, oh, why can't it be like the 90s? It's never going to happen. I'll just tell you right now, it's never going to go back to how it was before the internet. Because I know a lot of people who follow me are also around my age, anywhere from like, I think it was like from 28 all the way to like 45, right? So that's like my demographic, which I love, absolutely love. All right, we do have some younger people and we do have some older people. I'm not saying it's strictly that, right? But we were there. Right? No internet to internet, dating before, dating now, things are completely changed, right? They're completely different. And if you're going into relationships thinking it's going to be how it used to be, you're going to get hurt somehow. What you need to do is actually be like, all right, things are different. This is what I accept, won't accept, red flags, and you have to adjust, or else you're just gonna get hurt. You're gonna end up get ghosted out here, unless like you adjust to it, right? Because like, for example, there's almost all businesses have started a TikTok and Instagram because they learned, hey, we need to be on social media, right? Like, you have to go with the time. Girls and men been sneaking links now in marriage relationships or normal ones. Girls and men be having sneaking links now in marriage relationships or normal. See, the thing here's the thing about cheating. Cheating happened a lot before. This is what people don't want to. Cheating happened a lot before, but it was a lot harder to get caught because there wasn't Ring cameras, there wasn't cell phones, there wasn't this, there wasn't that. It was like, hey, you call somebody on the landline, or maybe if you had one of the older cell phones, hey, I'm gonna be here. Because trust me growing up, I saw a lot of cheating. I seen it. Did I see a lot of people getting caught? No, because it was a lot harder to get caught. Now, let me check your pager. Now it's easier because it's easier to fuck up. It's really easy to fuck up because cameras, phones, Ring cameras, watches, like you name it. Like, people get caught all sorts of ways on big screens, on fucking Coldplay concerts. They get uploaded to Instagram. It goes viral. Everybody sees it. That wasn't happening, back then. So that's why I'm saying, like, there was a lot of cheating then. It was just harder to get caught. Now it's a lot easier to get caught, and people get caught because why? People are sloppy. Yes, so true. I don't have social media, only have TikTok, but she can have access to my phone. And I don't even think it's having access. Like, that's cool that you do that, but they should feel, that's always my goal, is that you should feel like you're the only one. And if not, like, what am I doing wrong? And vice versa, right? Because, like, if you're like, oh, here, you don't trust me, like, here's the phone, right? Like, that's not my thing. Like, oh, here's the phone, check. No, you should be making her feel, or she should be making you feel like, hey, you're the only one, right? So, but I totally get the whole phone thing, absolutely, because that's also another, like, reassurance thing, if you will, right? If someone is going to cheat, they will cheat with or without social media, regardless. Absolutely. I'll never go through a phone again. It's not worth it at all. You feel the way you leave. Yeah, and then I feel like it does put like a stain on a relationship. You know what I mean? Like, say out of nowhere, like, give me your phone. You know, afterwards, you're going to feel a type of way. They're going to feel a type of way. You know, they're going to be like, maybe she doesn't trust me, or so. All right, next question. I effed this guy once, and now he hits me up talking about seeing me every other day. I've told him I'm busy, but he constantly hits me up. Why, girl? Because you effed a stage 5 clinker. That's what you did. He probably told his mom, he probably told his parents, his grandma, his cousins that he got a new girlfriend. He's like, come see me, girl. Some guys get attached like that. Maybe the cat was that good that he was just like, I need it. I want more. What's up, girl? Hit me up. But see, this is why you got to be careful. I mean, I'm sure before that you weren't expecting him to be super needy, but there has to be a reason why you don't want to meet up with him. It could be that you're not attracted to him. Maybe it was just a quick little fling, whatever, or you don't see him as being a friends with benefits or something serious, and you need to tell him, girl. And if he doesn't listen, just block his ass. Because if you're like, oh, hey, I can't right now, because on the question, it could be like, hey, not right now. Hey, not right now. Like, you could act all big and bad and tough, but on the message, you're probably like, hey, not right now. Maybe like, oh, maybe next weekend. So now you're still giving him hope, you know, that he's like, oh, okay, well, not right now. So that's why you need to tell him straight up. If you're not fucking with them, and guys should be doing the same thing too. If you ain't fucking with them, tell them straight up. That's all you got to do, okay? I'm new here for your page. Elizabeth, what's up, girl? Welcome in, girl. Welcome in. You're going to love it. Make sure you follow. You're going to love this. This is a safe space for freaks, non-freaks, vanilla people looking to be freaks. All right. Next question. Found out my BF cheated while I was pregnant. He said it was only once. Is that true? Once a cheater, always a cheater, or do they try to work it out for our kids? Now, you know why he's saying that? Because you caught him. That's why. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 95% sure, if you would have never caught him, he would have still been doing the same thing. Doing the same thing. And of course he's gonna say whatever he's gonna say, like it didn't mean anything, it was only one time. He's only gonna admit to the one time too. If he cheated 3 times, like say 3 different girls, he's only gonna be like, it was only one time. Or if you met up with him, or if she met, like, oh, that was the first time we ever met up. Mind you, they could have been meeting up for like a year, but they're only going to admit for what they got caught for. And they're not just gonna add more to it, be like, oh, by the way, it was 9 months ago that we started hooking up. So now, can people change after cheating? Yes, they can. But there's only one way to find out, is you stick with them and see if they do it again. Because I can tell you, hey, I'm sorry for cheating. I'll never do it again. And then like a few months later, I cheat again and be like, sorry, I cheated. I'm never going to cheat again. And then you stay with, you know what I mean? Like, it can just keep saying the same thing. Or maybe they did learn their lesson. Again, it just depends on the person. Now, if someone cheated on me, that's it. Because now, guess what? now I'm living in the back of my head. Downhill, what's up, bro? Now I'm living in my head that this person has already stepped out with somebody. Like, that trust is gone, first of all. Do they love them? Are they talking to somebody else? Are they still meeting up? Like, does she have feelings for this other guy? Like, this is all going through your head. Like, it's eating you up. I would rather go through the heartbreak. Yeah, I get it. You have a kid with this. Like, you're pregnant with him. But even then, like, you're still gonna, just because you have a kid doesn't mean those feelings are gonna go away, right? I would not want to be in that type of relationship. If you want to risk it, because yes, some people can change. I'm not saying that people don't change. People can change. But are they? I don't know. And of course, you have to take their word for it because they can't show you right away. You basically have to take their word on it that they're going to change, you know? And again, you only caught them for whatever it is you caught. Because I remember a while back ago, I did some a podcast episode with Jackie. She originally only found out that her man cheated on her one time. Come to find out, he cheated multiple times with different girls. But that came out later. So again. All right, let's get into the next question. I love neck kisses and recently found out I liked my toes being... I mean, girl. See, and this is why I tell y'all that y'all gotta try stuff. If you haven't tried something, just give it a try. You know, like if it's something within the realm of you being comfortable. Okay, because the last thing you want is, I mean, don't try something that you don't feel comfortable doing at all. But you now learn, not only do you like neck kisses, which are hot, by the way, you like getting your toes sucked. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Get a whole mouth full of toes while he's in, you know what I mean? Because now you're feeling the sensation from the toes, the stimulation from the toes in you. Maybe he's grabbing something else, doing something different, right? And then also, like, to add to that, here, I'm trying to add to that, you get something from naughtyscience.com, right? A little plug action, a little lubrication action, and then guess what? You just added another level of stimulation, and it just goes to a whole nother level, okay? Because I'm telling you, like, if you guys haven't tried different stuff, you guys are missing out, okay? You guys are missing out. I'll tell you that right now. You need to be having fun, trying different stuff, being spicy. I sell a whole lot of spicy stuff. I sell a whole lot of spicy stuff because you picture this, right? Let's just say we'll do it where she's on her back. I'm gonna try to keep this PG. Say you're on your back, right? You're making the L shape. I gotta be careful. TikTok, they be oversensitive. You're making that L shape. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? Guy, girl. And then you can put your feet in your mouth, right? Or in his mouth. And then he's in you, right? He can be doing his thing, grabbing you. Now, if you add a plug, per se, right? Guess what? You just added a whole nother level of stimulation. And I got this one on my site. It goes in, right? And then it does this. So as soon as you turn, not only does it vibrate, it goes like this. Goes like that, girl. I'm telling you. Makes the girl go crazy wild. Okay. And even on Instagram, on the subscription page, there's been some reviews on there on some of the stuff. Or some of the stuff that I sell. Okay. So you can hear it from their mouth, not mine. So I'm saying, okay, you just keep adding different levels of stimulation, and I'm telling you, which one? It's on my website. It says it's obviously the plug, but it's the vibrating 360 one, and I'm telling you, it goes ooh. It's a good time. And I'm talking for the girl. Like, it's funny because like I talked about it one time, and someone thought that I was inserting it in me. I was like, no. Brenda, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Very longest beard, virtual hug, Scarface. What's up, G-Man? Absolutely. Déjame ver. I don't have it on me, girl. Imagine I just have like a random freaking plug here. Sorry, girl. I had S with a childhood friend. She was a girl. When we were 8 to 12. What? I cannot stop thinking of it. It will be the same being with an. All right. I don't know if I feel comfortable. Like, that's just weird. I had S with a childhood friend. Girl, we were 8 to 12 years old. I cannot stop thinking of it. It was to be the same with another woman. I don't know if anyone would want to try having S with me. I went dreams being with a woman. I mean, we could have left that part out. You could have just been like, I was with a friend growing up. You didn't have to throw an age, because that just feels fucking weird, right? Like, I don't want to imagine that at all. Yeah, I don't want to imagine that at all. But, see, here's the thing, and like, why some people get disappointed. You were very young, obviously. And so now with growing up and getting experience, you may have gotten like freakier. Maybe she didn't get freakier, or maybe in your head it was like some crazy good experience because it was maybe like the first time. And so now it probably gonna like be disappointing, to be honest. But let's leave past in the past. That's it. Let's leave past in the past. Like, let's not be going back, even if you get an itch to go back. There's all these new people out here. All these new people you haven't met. And you want to go back with an old fling, an old ex. Come on now. Okay. And yes, I do have a toy shop. Link is in my bio. Okay. Link is in the bio if you guys want to check it out. naughtyscience.com. We sell all sorts of tools. I call them tools for science experiments, because we're all about science over here, okay? We're all about science. We try things, and I report back, especially on the IG subscription, which, like I mentioned on there to them, I'm gonna be way more active. So, and talking about this stuff, because I don't get censored over there. So, Angelica, ¿cómo estás? Hello from Bakersfield. Are you an OC native? No, born and raised in Idaho, and I live in Arizona. Don't let the hat mistake you. Hear me out. If one partner is freaky and one isn't, what's the outcome of the relationship? You're going to have a lot of issues in that relationship, Envy, because if you're freaky, hold on. Sorry, I accidentally pressed that. If you're freaky and they're not freaky, you're gonna crave that. You're gonna want that, and like it's gonna bleed to the rest of your relationship. Like, you're gonna be wanting it from other people. Handra, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Alejandra, how are you? You're gonna be craving it. You're gonna be wanting it from your person, and then it's gonna get frustrating when they don't give it to you. And especially if you come here and you hear us talking about all these experiments and things like that, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I can't do this. These people are doing this stuff, and I'm over here doing like messing around with old fucking vanilla over here." You're gonna be like, damn, I didn't realize there was 30 more flavors out there. I didn't realize people did that. I'm over here at my place, or you know what I mean, like her. I'm over here with my dude doing basic ass shit. So trust me, it will become a problem. You know, it'll become frustrating. All right, next question. Is it weird that I think of as children? What? Someone ruined it for me. I try my hardest not to think of it as swallowing it, but sometimes it gets to me and I gag. What can I do to delete such curse off my memory? I mean, technically they are kids, but technically they're not kids yet, if that makes sense. Like, how come you don't feel bad about them when he's just disposing them everywhere? How come you're not like, no, like those are kids, make sure, like, can we put them in, like, can we bury, like, you know what I mean? Like, why aren't you doing that? You're only thinking of that like when they go in the mouth. Just think of this. Just think that you're giving these kids that are going in your mouth, they're going for a roller coaster ride, right? Because they're gonna go in, spin, they're gonna go through all sorts of tubes, and then eventually they're gonna end up where they end up. Okay, just imagine these liquid kids are going on a roller coaster ride. That's all you got to do. All you got to do. That they're going on a roller coaster ride, and trust me, you'll be like, you know what? They're at the theme park. So that's what I would say. Okay, these are some crazy questions tonight. Yeah, I've told you they get spicy and spicy. Slip and slide, absolutely. So next time, you're gonna take a protein shot, or you can think of it as a protein shot too. Great source of protein. Okay. She's a super freak. I love your dance. Hey, I hate it here. Someone told me to let me finish in my dimple so the kids could swim in a swimming. Envy said, someone told me to let me finish in the dimples so the kids could swim in a swimming pool. That's actually a good one though. I mean, did you let them go swimming in the swimming pool? Like, I don't know. I'm curious now. When can I say I love you, and why does a guy always talk about wanting to have his baby while having S? Love you, that totally depends on everybody. There's no right amount of time that telling somebody I love you is like accurate. Some people say it the first week, and do they mean it? I don't know. And then some people take a little bit longer to say something. There's no right amount of time. So, and if somebody only, if they say they want to have your baby while being intimate, it's dirty talk, and two, just be careful, because like, what if he is trying to put a baby in you and then like dip out? But also, I would rather just say, I want to finish in you than let me put a baby. No. I'm trying to put the liquid kids in you, but we got to make sure that these liquid kids don't make it anywhere. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, like, they got to go in and then just like go for the ride real quick, and then that's it. Nothing else. But yeah, it's dirty talk, but it's also, it could hold a little bit of truth to it, because he could be like, I want to put a baby in there, and then dip out. So it could be that too. You just never know. All right, next question. Is it weird that oh, hold on. I already read that one. My bad. Forgot to delete it. Let me, let me delete it right here. Hold on. Let me delete it right here. Do you think it's okay to flirt with a middle school crush after he just got out of a relationship? I always had S dreams with him, and it can finally happen. This is going back. You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to go back? I get it. You had a crush on him, but like, I've also had people send in the question saying like, oh, they hooked up with their middle school crush or their high school crush, and it was a huge disappointment. Again, if there's an opportunity, at the end of the day, do your thing, do whatever you got to do. Am I gonna go back to anybody in my past? Fuck no. Absolutely the fuck not. How do you guys have these fantasies from when you were kids? So whenever you start hitting puberty, like, it's crazy now, like thinking back, right? I remember when I was first going through it, right? Thank you, Maribel, for the gift. I see you, girl. Like, when I was going through it, in my head, like, first of all, your boy was getting, like, it was hard all the time. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is it, like, I see a girl and dun 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 dun, and I'm just like, fuck, right? Like, what is going on? Like, and then you do start thinking, because I remember my uncle, he would watch, he thought I was asleep. He would watch some online, or not, he had, was it DirecTV or Dish? And then there was a channel, I remember it, like clockwork, 498. And he would watch it thinking I was asleep, right? But low key, I was like fake sleeping and watching it with him too. And I'm like all turned on, hard as fuck, acting like I'm asleep, watching these like the soft videos, because they weren't hardcore or anything like that. So and then you start thinking of like doing stuff like that with girls. And so when I remember me being in middle school, Like in middle school, I had crushes too, and I had that testosterone going through your boy. Like you're hitting puberty. Like there was a girl. I was like, damn, I want to do some of these things to her. But then like you're learning how to court them. That was the hard part too. Like when you're learning how to maybe talk to a girl a little bit, try to like see what you're supposed to do. How old were you? I was in middle school. I can't remember exactly the age, but I do remember my uncle watching those videos, and because at first he, this is how I found it. So on the old remotes, like this is just a remote to my lights. It had the recall button or like the go back button to the previous channel that you were on, and I accidentally hit it and it went back to that channel, and like it was like a guy and a girl messing around, and I'm just like just watching, and like he took the remote, he's like, you're not supposed to be watching that, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? I was like, turn it back. He's like, no. And then luckily I saw what channel it was, so I would wait for him to go to sleep after that, like because I would go and spend the night over at his place, because it was like they lived with my grandpa at the time, so like I would like to go and like hang out with them and spend the night over there, and so I had like my little sleeping area. When I knew everybody was asleep, I would sneak my way over there and then like turn it on and then switch it to that channel and like keep it very low volume, right, like super low where you could barely hear it. But I was like so turned on by it. And then when you hear a noise, you hit the button real quick and then you turn it off and then you just act like you're sleeping. He was out like a light after. Absolutely. Turn it back. Yeah, we all like people, you guys know. That's why I like the people who follow me, because we're almost everybody is from the same time period. Okay. So we all know that last button. Just in case you're watching something you're not supposed to, boom. Like you don't even have to you just press that button real quick. I had that button on speed dial, meaning like I had it memorized. It was on the corner of the on the remote. So like if anything happened, and I would also keep my finger on the button just in case, right? Just in case somebody came around, you just hit it real quick. Boss. And don't tell me I have 3 boys. I'll tell you right now, Melly. I'll tell you right now. They're going to find out about it. So 11, 12, you got introduced to, I think so. Again, I don't remember what age, because I know before that I saw like my uncle was watching other uncle. So again, my dad has 9 brothers and sisters, by the way. So this could be like different uncles. I don't want you to think it's like, oh, this same uncle, I think he had an addiction to these videos. No, this was a different uncle. And my dad's the oldest too, by the way. My other uncle was watching a movie, and we're sitting there watching it. It's his first time watching it. I'm watching it. And it gets into a scene like that where like the girl's completely naked, and I'm like, oh, he's like, cover your eyes. And I'm like, why? I think that was the first time I saw like a girl's boobs like that. I think that was the first time I ever saw that. But your boy was turned on after that. I'll tell you that right now. And for the ladies that have boys, I think it's easier to talk. You should just talk to them about it, because I know somebody that talks to their kids about this stuff, and now they feel comfortable talking to their parents about it. Because I'll tell you this right now, even you guys, like, know as a kid, when you wanted to, like, if you wanted to do something like I did, when I said I was going to do something, I wanted to do it no matter what. Even if it was behind my parents' back, I did it. So they're going to do it. But it's better that you help them through it. Like, I know some parents who talk to their kids about it, and they're like, hey, like, whenever you're thinking about doing this, let's go get you some condoms. Because the last thing you want is like to have a freaking 15-year-old that just got a girl pregnant, right? So it's better to have those conversations than to try to do it behind their back. Because again, I did a bunch of shit behind my parents' back. And because they would tell me, no, don't do it. And I would be like, all right, well, I'm going to do it, but you're not going to know about it. Do it, but don't tell me you're doing it. I'll just help you be prepared. Absolutely. That's the exact. Or birth control. Yeah, absolutely. Like, instead of being, they should be comfortable telling you. And that's the thing. Like, I was not comfortable telling my parents stuff. And so I would always do stuff behind their back that they didn't know, because anything I wanted to do, they were just like, no. Right? I remember when I wanted to pierce my ears, they said no. What did I do? I found out a way to get him done. I said I wanted a tattoo. Guess what? They said no. I went and got a tattoo. And example, my little brother, he's the youngest one. He's 23 years old now. He's getting a tattoo actually right now. He's getting his back tattoo. I remember when he wanted to get tattoos, my parents also told him no. But I said, it's better that you say yeah, or be like, hey, like, save up some money, and whenever you're ready, we'll take you to a safe space. Because I went to a guy's homemade tattoo, that did a horrible job. My shit could have got infected. I could have had a lot of issues with him, like with the tattoo. Luckily, nothing happened, but that can happen. So I told him it's better to go, or like to say yes and then take him where he wants to go. You know, just have him pay for it, because they're going to do it regardless. See, even Envy says, I hid 8 tattoos from my parents before telling them, like 5 years later. They're going to do it. So there's safe ways to do it. So that's why I told my parents, I was like, just let him do it. I was like, he's going to do it. And he also bought a motorcycle. And I told my parents too, I was like, let him do, like, he's going to do it. He's going to get a motorcycle. But you should be like, okay, you can get your motorcycle, but you have to have a helmet. You have to have, and he has all that stuff. Like, they're going to do it, so why not be safe about it? That's all I'm trying to say. Is like, same way. I had a motorcycle when I was younger too. Wrecked it 2 times. Other people's fault. And so I told him too, I was like, I told him, I was like, you have to be careful, because it's not, you can be the best driver. The 2 times I got in a wreck were because other people didn't see me and they hit me. I was like, so you can be the best driver, but if they don't see you, it don't matter how good of a driver you are. So that's why, if I'm glad this conversation came up about talking to about the kids growing up now. So just think about things that you did when you were younger, and trust me, your kids are thinking about it, or they're having the conversations at school about it. Because I remember, now I'm just like, damn, we were so young. At the time, I thought I was grown. 15-year-olds, I thought I was a fucking adult. But now I remember girls getting pregnant at 15, 14. And me thinking, I'm like, yeah, this is what high school is, you know, like we grown as adults. Like, and now looking back, I was like, I'm so glad I never got a girl pregnant. I was like, we were just fucking kids. Because that shit is wild now. And so you have to remember how you thought as a kid, because they're probably going to think the same way. And, or be similar, because guess what? They're little mini yous. Okay, FYI, they're little mini yous. Quick story, and we'll go on to the next question. So my sister, yes, I have one sister. Maddie, ¿cómo estás? She would always, every time she would get in trouble, my parents would start yelling at her. She would be like, okay, mom, like, chill, okay. My nephew, Milo, is a wild one. Mind you, he's wild, he's 5. And every time my sister starts yelling at him, she gets so mad, because she's like, okay, mom, chill. And I'm just busting out laughing, because I was like, that was you. I was like, that little mini you right there, that was you telling mom, okay, mom, chill. And now you got your little one telling you, okay, mom, chill. Like, I was like, so if you think that your kids are not you, they're just like you. And they're going to try to hide things just like you did. Unless you treat them like adults. I think that's the biggest thing is like maybe let them feel like, yeah, let them make that decision, mind you, with parameters, right? Like you're not just going to let them do anything, but like tattoos, they're going to get it. They're going to look for something. They're going to find out a way to get a tattoo. Piercings, they're going to get them. They're going to find out how to get them. Like, trust me, we are resourceful. When you really want something, you are resourceful. You'll have your friend do it. You'll have somebody else do it. For my years, I had my uncle. We were about the same age. Well, he's a little bit older. I had him go and sign that he was my guardian, and they pierced my ears. Like, that's how I got it done. And then my parents were pissed. I never told them that. They probably still don't know that my uncle's the one that signed for me to get my ears pierced. All right, let's get back into the questions. I need help. My ex is telling my son that he dreams about me still and wants my phone number. We were together 26 years and now divorced 6. Why is he doing this now? Excuse me. My heart still loves him, but I could never go back to someone who hurt me so much. See? Because he's trying to find ways to get back with you, meaning like he's gonna use your kid, he's gonna do this, he's gonna say like, oh, tell your mom why we need to be together. It's all like manipulating, right? And yes, you said it correctly. Yes, you still love him, because you could still love somebody, but it doesn't mean you're in love with them like that, and so just trust that gut feeling, and you need to set that boundary. Be like, hey, like, you cannot be telling our kid this. Like, you cannot be using it. You and me, it's not gonna happen. All you're doing is hurting his feelings, because now you're giving him hope that we're gonna get back together for some reason, but we're not. So you're only fucking with him, because this is not gonna happen. Like, have that type of conversation with him. I remember I was dating a girl one time, and her ex was doing something similar. Her ex would it's funny because her ex would buy like flowers and give it to the kid and be like, oh, dad says he wants to get back with you. Like, how come you don't get back with him? And stuff like that. And it's kind of hard explaining to like a little kid that that's not how it works, So again, it's a difficult thing to do, if that makes sense, but you need to be able to like check them, like Romero says. You got to be able to check them, because I think at that point, I think you're hurting the kids more than you're hurting, you know what I mean? Because if you're giving your kid false hope that you guys are gonna get back together, and then it doesn't happen, it could even make you look like the bad person, right? Be like, oh, your mom's not the one that wants to get back with me. Like, and then it's like, mom, why don't you want to get back with dad? Like, he's trying to get back with me. And then you look like the bad person because they don't understand. That's why you got to check that shit. You got to check it real quick. Okay. All right, let's get into the next one. My friends with benefits says he will fly out to see me, but hasn't. He has postponed it 3 times. He's not going. After the first time, I stopped asking when I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah, friends with benefits says he's going to fly out to you. So I'm assuming you guys are long distance, right? He probably married, probably in a relationship, can't really make it, but he wants to be able to message you, flirt with you, send you messages that way. That's probably what he's doing. Because if he was actually, like, who says, like, him going to you is a lot of work. So, yeah, I can see why he doesn't want the cookie, nor does he want a relationship with you, because he's not even flying to you. I think you're more just entertainment. You're more of just like a pen pal. If you're sending him, like, photos and stuff like that, videos of you, of course he's going to want that. He's not going to want to go and get it because maybe he's in a relationship, but he likes receiving these photos and videos from you. So, again, he could just be bored. Like Karen says, he's killing time. Florentina says he's definitely married. So I feel like it's something like that he's probably in a relationship, because you're offering him the cookie, but he's never tried to make it 3 times. First of all, it's not going to happen. and that's not going to happen because I think he's in a relationship, married or not, like, but he's in a relationship, I think. Yep, he's bored. See, I don't know. My friend was the same way, and he showed up out of nowhere last week. Yeah, but like, some people will fly for like a friends with benefit, but this guy has canceled on her 3 times. Don't settle, move on. Need someone who is committed 100%. You feel absolutely. Yep, he's bored, feeling the boredom. Absolutely, Bell's Beauty. That's what I think. I think he's just bored, and he found somebody that's gonna send him pictures and videos, and that's how he's taking up his time and being in a relationship at the same time. So nobody else in this. That's what I'm saying. That was another thing for me. Like, I get it. I said it all the time back in Idaho that I would never date anybody in that same city. But if you're just looking for a friends with benefits, like, how big is the population? You better not say, like, if it's like, watch her be in LA or something, I'd be like, girl, all millions of people you got here, and you're worried about homie that has to catch a flight to come and see you. All right, next question. How do I tell my situationship I want to be more than a booty call? Just like you told me, girl. You tell him that you're done just hooking up. You're done doing whatever you guys are doing. And so if he doesn't want to be serious with you, that you're going to move on, right? And see, here's the thing. If you've already gotten to that point where you have to tell him this, you might be forcing him into him saying, yes, let's be in a relationship, right? Because now the guy's like, fuck, like, now maybe I'll pretend to be in a relationship with her so I keep her around and keep her happy, you know? Because if you gotten to that point where you have to force him, you know, like, you could bring it up, be like, hey, like, I think you're really cool, but I'm gonna go do my thing. And maybe he's gonna be like, oh, no, I'm so sorry. Like, I do see you like that. Again, totally depends on the guy. But would you want somebody who you forced into being a relationship? You know what I mean? Like, you're forcing him to be in a relationship because he should have had that intention from the get-go. Yes or no, right? And now you're telling him, I don't want to be a hookup thing. Or if you guys just started off as a hookup. Well, you said you were a situationship, but clearly it sounds like you guys are just meeting up to hook up. And honestly, I think that's all you might be to this guy, because if you're just meeting up to hook up, you know, you guys aren't going on dates, family parties, you know, none of this is going on. Like, think about that. If you're just meeting up to hook up, you might just be his side piece, his entertainment for the time being. So, all right, next one. Hold on, let me take a swig. This is water, by the way, for those that just joined. It's not a beer. It's funny because a lot of people think it's either a beer or an energy drink. But I don't know if you guys have tried this. It's like that water, Liquid Death. This one is Rest in Peach, flavored tea, agave, and vitamins. Get your vitamins, bitches. D, ¿cómo estás? How are you? All right. 53 years old, female, friends with benefits with a 40-year-old man. Sometimes I get signals like he has feelings. I don't want to ruin this, but I want things open and honest. What would you do? What would I do? So to me, it kind of sounds like you may be looking for that or hoping for that from this person, because if you're noticing it and you're like, I want to say something, but I don't want to ruin it. To me, it's telling me that you're kind of catching feelings with them, which is fine. It happens, right? I think the best thing that you could do is actually bring it up to him and tell him, this is how you feel. Because if he just wants to be a hookup situation, like, that's all it's going to be. And you're going to get hurt in the long run, because you're just going to be getting more feelings for this person. And then eventually he'll dip out, right? Like, if that's all he wanted. I would rather, like, if you're feeling something towards him, it's better to break it off sooner rather than later, because you're going to get more attached and maybe he doesn't get attached. And then now the separation is going to suck for you and not suck for him that much. So again, I've said it before. You should be trying to push these people that are not for you away. And if you bring in up that expedites his departure, he was going to leave with in a matter of time, right? And that's fine. And that's more like you're looking out for yourself too, because you already know, hey, I may be getting some sort of feelings for this person. Let me tell them how I feel, and if they don't feel the same way, maybe this is not for me, because it's going to hurt more in the long run when he decides to dip out. So just saying that too. Okay. All right. Next question. My ex was very abusive in every way imaginable, and I'm recently free of him. Sometimes the loneliness gets me wanting to go back. No, don't do it, girl. I'm not ready for another anything. Friends and family can only feel so much. What to do? What to do is you need to love to hang out with you. You need to love to be around you, because you're relying on other people, meaning like, yeah, hang out with friends, hang out with family, but learn how to hang out with yourself. Take yourself on dates. Go and hang out with yourself. And not just that, on top of that, go and seek some help. Not in a bad way. I know that seems like, oh, like there's nothing wrong. Like getting some therapy, getting some, counseling, whatever the case, goes a long way, right? Especially if you're feeling like that. And after being in an abusive relationship, and you said in every which way, you need some help, girl, like to get past this, because you're just going to bring that trauma into each relationship after that. Because if you don't heal from that, you're just going to be trauma dump on somebody, trauma dump, ruin relationships because of trauma. But like I mentioned before, you need to learn to be by yourself. Like, that's it. You need to stop relying on friends and family. Yeah, like I said, it's cool to hang out with them. But once you learn how to hang out with yourself and be by yourself, trust me, you become a very dangerous person. Because I was there too. Remember when I told you guys, like, I went 3 years without, like I said I was not going to be dating or anything. Like, I went on dates, but like boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, anytime I got any sort of like weird vibes from somebody, I'm like, better off single. Like, I ain't going to deal with this. But like, you deal with a lot less BS because you're just like, I was better on my own, And there's plenty of people who just single. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, learning how to be by yourself. Like, I think that's a big flex too. Is like, oh, who'd you go with? Oh, I went by myself. Like, I've gone on dinner dates by myself. I've gone to concerts by myself. I travel by myself. Like I don't need somebody. Yeah, it's cool to have somebody to go with somebody, like to go travel or go and do something. But I don't need somebody to go. You know how some people are like, hey, let's do this, and nobody can go, and you're like, well, I can't go. No, I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, you can talk to some of my buddies too. Like, we're like, hey, let's go do this, and I'm like, all right, cool. I buy my ticket and book my shit, and I'm like, I'm going regardless if you guys go or not. Like, I'm gonna go. Take your time and learn what you want for yourself. Absolutely. Dina, ¿cómo estás? Learn to be by yourself. Absolutely. I can be by myself. I like it. Friends with benefits can be very healing. That too. But I think more of just being or getting some help, because to me, the reason I say that, like therapy, is because she said that she got abused in every which way. And that requires a little bit of help. Okay. Nobody's gonna, no matter what I say, like I'm not gonna say the right things. I'm not a professional in that. They know how to get things out of you, and then how to navigate, how to heal from it, right? And they're very good at that. That's why, that's why they get paid to do that, because they're good at it. You solo adventurer here, see, therapy, learn to live and value yourself. The rest will follow. I wonder if he was a narcissist. Probably. I think so. He had to be like, if he was abusive, he was probably a narcissist too. Like, would blame her. You know that this is why I got to do this is because of your fault. Some people be wild. All right, hold on. Next question. Is there such a thing as a midlife crisis? My husband, 44 of 25 years, cheated, thinks he's the best thing out there. He says women throw themselves at him. Is this going to stop? By the way, our S life is great. Unless you're dating like some sort of like drop dead gorgeous person, like handsome as fuck, it's all BS. He could just be telling you that just to be telling you, hey, like, it's not my fault I cheated. All these chicks are throwing themselves at me. No. Unless he's like some sort of heartthrob, they're not throwing themselves out. He's reaching out and he's entertaining them. He's probably the one that's throwing himself at them like crazy. He just goes through DM, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? And do like the midlife crisis thing. Yes. Do I think people go through midlife crises? Absolutely, because they want to feel like they're still young. They want to feel like they're not getting old, or they want to do something that's going to make them feel young. Some people buy cars. Some people make stupid purchases. Some people do dumb things. Some people cheat because they want to feel like they can still pull a girl. And so they'll be like, oh, I can still get a girl. Watch this, right? Watch this. So how somebody's going to have a midlife crisis just totally depends on that person. And I think a lot of people have midlife crises because they don't want to accept their age. They don't want to accept that they're getting older. They want to feel like they're part of the young crowd, right? Do I want to be part of the young crowd? Fuck no. You know what I mean? Like I've been going to the concerts lately, and the reason I like going to millennial concerts, like from when we were growing up, is because the crowd is different. The crowd is older. The crowd, like, you don't get that rowdy mosh pit. Like, I'm not trying to do that. I did that shit when I was young. I'm not trying to do it now. I'm just trying to chill, have a good time, and that's why I said I love being a grown up, a millennial that does go watches like millennial stuff, because right now is the perfect time to go watch your favorite bands, your favorite group. Like, if you have a chance, go watch them. Like, I've seen the Backstreet Boys. I just saw Pitbull, Shaggy, Lil Jon, Ying Yang Twins. I've seen Ja Rule, Nelly, Eve was there, Ashanti, Rick Ross. Like all these people that we grew up listening to. Like, it's a vibe, and that's what I love about it, especially the millennial ones. It's an older crowd, and people are more respectful, first of all, okay? And they're not as there's obviously some crazy people out there too, like, that are annoying as fuck. There's this one dude that was being super annoying, but he was younger at the Pitbull concert. But for the most part, everybody's super respectful. Like, they're there to have a good time. They're not there to be sloppy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a vibe. So definitely go out. Like, my message to y'all: go buy that concert ticket. Go. Who cares if they were big back in the day? Who cares? They're big now. You know, like, again, like when we went to Chris Brown was cool. Don't get me wrong. It was a cool concert. But that was a mixture of people, because he's still popping now, and he was popping up when we're growing up. So his demographic is like, there's a huge, huge range. But like, when I went to go see Nelly, Ja Rule, you can clearly tell that was an older crowd. Clearly. Right? And I love that. And that's why I'm saying, like, you need to accept. I'm like, I'm 37 years old. I'm not afraid to tell anybody I'm 36. You know, some people will be like, yeah, I'm 35, I'm 40. No, be proud, because guess what? Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. You get older, it happens. And you fighting it for some reason, like, that's a fight you're not gonna win. And so Have I ever gone through a midlife crisis? No. Because I'm 37 years old. I know I'm getting older. And I'm okay with that. That's what happens. That's life. You get older. I'm not trying. It's when like some people, they want to feel like they're still young. They want to feel like they still like can roll around with the young crew. Nah. Like I roll with my people around my age. That's who I roll with. Because we about the same. You know what I mean? Like, when you can like really vibe and connect with people the same age. Do I vibe and connect with somebody who's 21? Not really. Like they do different stuff. Even my little brother, shout out to my little brother. I don't know if he's on here. This fool called me Unk. He's like, it's cause you Unk. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, first of all, I probably am old enough to be your uncle. But second of all, my ass is, I'm your brother. So don't be fucking call me Unk. But you know what I mean? Like that didn't affect me. The only thing that did fuck me up a little bit is that they said that Air Force Ones were dad shoes. And mind you, the cool shoes to them are the ones that we said were the dad shoes. That's what I was like, what? There's no fucking song about New Balances, okay? There's no song about that. There's no song about your fucking whack-ass Crocs, okay? There's no song about that. There's no song about these weird fucking shoes you all be wearing. Air Force Ones, classic. They look good with everything. And did you guys see the Air Force Ones that they think is cool? This younger generation? Have you seen them? You're gonna be fucking upset. The forces that they liked are the ones that are already beat the fuck up. And so you know what? I'm gonna start a new business. I'm gonna buy new forces, wear them for a little while, and then just put them up. Be like, hey, yo, trendy new Air Force Ones, lightly used. Crocs are ugly, girl. I agree with you so much. I fucking absolutely despise Crocs. I have never owned a pair of Crocs. I will never own a pair of Crocs. To me, Crocs are a lazy person shoe. They just make you look lazy. Like, I'm not, if you have some, cool, more power to you. To me, when I see somebody wearing Crocs, you look lazy to me. You could be the hardest worker in the world. You look lazy to me. I love those on my... No, see, my nephew, I've never bought him Crocs. I've bought him Jordans. I've bought him Air Forces. I've bought him Air Maxes. All these other stuff. Will never purchase a pair of Crocs for him. Would never I won't even buy a pair of Crocs for anybody. I've never even like bought as a gift. Okay? Absolutely. And because again, that's how I see it. I see Crocs. If you wear Crocs at home, cool. It's your home. Wear whatever you want. But if I see you out in public wearing Crocs, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to say anything. But right here, I'm like lazy. I don't know why. I'm like instantly lazy person. That's just what my mind goes to. Like it thinks lazy. That's it. All right, hold on. Let's see. Let's get into the next question. Do you think someone can be really faithful after they cheated? Ooh. I know we had a similar question a little bit earlier, but that one just totally depends on the person. Because they could cheat, regret it, but are they going to cheat again? You have to take, you're the one that has to like find out. Meaning you can tell him, okay, I'll give you another chance. But what happens if he cheats on you again? Then you're just like, okay, well, but is there people who can learn from it? Yeah, I'm sure there is. Is it high? No. Because once they taste something different, trust me, they're going to crave that, right? And especially if you guys been together for a while, he's going to be craving something new, something different. And especially if you already had it, trust me, he's going to want it again. But then you also have to remember, what is your quality of life going to look like? Are you going to be sitting, because it's going to live in the back of your head. Are you gonna be there stressing out about, is he with somebody else? Is he like, did he love her? Or I wonder what was the things that he told her. Like, trust me, you're even gonna probably replay that whole scenario in your fucking head. Like, even though you don't know what happened, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe like his thing was actually in another woman. You know, like, was he telling her some of the things that he tells me, you know, and so on and so forth. So again, it comes down to you, and if you want to forgive this person and move on, or like, and with them, or see if they're gonna cheat with you, like on you again. Because if we're dating and I cheat and I tell you I'm never gonna do it again, like, I have no proof of that. Like, I can't, there's no action I can do, be like, here, like, I bought you a ring. I'm never gonna cheat. No, like, that, them proving that is just gonna require time, you know. And do you want to really risk more time with that person? Because again, once they did it one time already, or you caught them for the one time, that's all you caught them for. Okay. And again, I would not, if I got cheated on, I would not want to live through that. I would rather go through a heartbreak than deal with all that shadiness. Okay. All right. Next question. I went on 2 dates with this guy. Vibe was great. Told me to text him when I got home. I did. Dead silent. For almost 2 weeks. Then says it's a test to see if I was toxic. LOL. What are your thoughts? I'm 34. He's 30. I feel it's childish. I would never do it. Girl. 2 weeks? And then he was just like, I was just trying to see if you were toxic or not. I wanted to check the temp. No, girl. He went on a date with you. He probably didn't vibe with you very well, or maybe he was dating other people. That didn't work out, and then he was just like, he came back and be like, hey. And mind you, you're like, when I'm gonna tell you this, okay? Take it however you will. I've gone on dates too. Didn't go great. Meaning, like, in my head, I was already, yeah, this ain't happening again. But when I ended the night, I'd be like, hug them and be like, hey, we should definitely do this again. And they'll be like, yeah, let's do it again. And I'll be like, yeah, I'll get a hold of you. Like, I'll message you, I'll message you, like, message me when you get home. Make sure you get home. Silent. I was just like, yeah, no, this ain't happening. But maybe he did that, and then he was like, spit in the block again and be like, hey, I was just testing you, girl. Hell no. You're really gonna believe that? That's some childish shit. Exactly what you said, childish. Went 2 weeks without saying a damn word? And what he came back and told you he was just checking to see if you were toxic? That's what's his excuse? That's the excuse. That's the best excuse he could have came up with. That he was just checking to see if you were toxic. And mind you, look at it. Look how he's already gaslighting you, saying that he was checking to see if you. He never said like, oh, I was checking to see if I was toxic. No, he's already kind of blaming you. Right? He's kind of blaming you, being like, hey, I'm just making sure you're not toxic. There's nothing wrong over here. What I did wasn't toxic at all. Me going ghost for 2 weeks and then coming back and then saying, I was just making sure you weren't toxic. He's already gaslighting you and blaming you, girl. All you need to know. All you need to know. All right, let's do one more. Why is it that baby daddies always come and pound it like it's the end of the world and then ghost you? Because if the cookie is available, girl, they're going to come and get it. And especially if they're not getting it somewhere else, they're going to come, get it off their chest real quick, and then leave. Because I'll tell you this, and I'm sure a lot of guys and girls can agree with me on this one. It's harder unless you're like fucking hot, amazing, sexy, sex symbol, right? Guys have to court another girl. There's not a lot of girls who are just going to be like, you're going to be like, hey, let's just hook up real quick. They're going to be like, oh, no. You got to put in a little bit of work, right? Girls, you guys have it a little bit easier. Like, if you put 5 guys, they'll be like, yeah, we'll all hook up. You'll be like, this one. And they'll be like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Like, they'll be like, yeah, I'll hook up. So your baby daddy could be having a hard time finding some kitty, some cake, some cookie. And so that's why he comes right back, gets it from you real quick, and then dips out real quick, you know, because he's struggling out there, you know, and you're letting him. And so he knows it's there. You need to stop, okay? Stop letting him, you're letting him use you. Come get it real quick and then dip out. Who gives a fuck if he's your baby daddy? So, yeah, I think he's just out there struggling, you know. It's funny because I had that conversation, and it's true. Girls, if you guys wanted to, you could just be like, this guy right here. Line up a bunch of guys, you'd be like, you. And the guy would probably be like, hell yeah, I'm in. Let's do this. If you put a guy and you put 5 girls and you're like, you, they'd be like, fuck you. You know, like, no. You know, because we gotta do a little bit more work to get to another cookie, right? It takes a little bit of work. I mean, there's some girl, that's why some guys go with a girl that's not very good looking, because they probably haven't gotten any either in a while. And so they're just like, or they go with a married chick too, because they're not getting any at home. So they're just like, yeah, come get me. But for the most part, it's harder for a guy to get a new girl. Jolie's speechless. What? That's true. Some guys want to hook up on the first date. See, I'm telling you. All right, we're gonna do one more. Let me choose one. Ooh, let's do this one. My dirty little kink is I love to submit to a guy, have him leash me, and breed continuously. Then hold on. Then let him give me a golden shower to establish own. Hold on. A golden shower to establish ownership. Like, I'm just gonna reread it just to make sure I'm locked into this. My dirty little kink is I love to submit to a guy, have him leash me, okay, and then breed continuously, multiple rounds, then give me a golden shower to establish ownership. I mean, shit, wow, fam. To me, I feel, again, if you guys love it, then go for it. But you're asking me. I feel like if you pee on somebody like that, it's pretty degrading. Again, that's just me. Would I do it to? I don't think I could. Have I ever fantasized about doing it to a girl? No. Has somebody asked me to do it? Yes. What did I say? No. Oh, because that's just like, where do you do it at? Right? Like, do you go in be like, all right, yeah, let's do it. Let's go in the bathtub real quick. Just lay down, you know? Or do you just whip it out and do it on the bed, right? Because then now you just got piss everywhere. Right? Like, I was like, what? No. And then afterwards, she probably gonna smell like piss, dog. Right? Like, I don't think that's a turn on. I mean, to me, it wouldn't be. I don't know. That's definitely the other stuff. I get it, 100%. Leash, yes. Doing it multiple times, yes. But you lost me on the establishing ownership part. Because the golden shower part, again, to each their own. To each their own. Okay. If you love it, then go for it. Just because I say I don't like it doesn't mean that it's not something that you shouldn't do, right? I never kink shame anybody. If you love it, then go for it. If you're having a great time, then go knock yourself out. Get all over. Even open the mouth, like, do whatever you want. But that's a no for me, dog. I definitely would not do that because I don't know. I don't know if I would see them the same afterwards, right? Like, I'd be like, damn, you were just drenched in my urine just a second ago, right? Like that shit is weird to me. Again, to each their own. But damn, yeah, we still got a shit ton of questions. And I told you they were gonna get crazy, and they get crazier. Okay, so I'm gonna hop off, but make sure Mondays and Thursdays I go live for those people who are new here. I've been doing a little bit bonus lives over on TikTok, so make sure you guys are following me on TikTok. But it's not the question stuff; it's just like more chatting and stuff like that. But Mondays and Thursdays is we go live right here and we have a good time. We have a good time. Okay, so make sure you guys join up. Every Monday I do a new podcast episode on Uncomfortable Combo. So make sure you guys go check it out. And then some people that forgot, your boy got a store too, where we sell tools, adult tools, for those experiments at home. Trust me, they get wild. Okay, make sure you guys go check it out. And if you listen to the podcast, there's a secret discount code somewhere. But you got to listen to the podcast. That will save you some money. So definitely go check it out. I will see you guys on Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or I don't know what's the time changed. It's 8:28 right now. So 7 p.m. wherever you're at here. So make sure you guys have a good time. Go get your cheeks clapped. Have a good weekend. I'm going to try to do some more bonus lives this weekend, but it's going to be over on TikTok. So, and this live is going to go up on YouTube tomorrow. So if you guys missed it, you can check it out tomorrow too. So, anyways, I will see you guys later. Se la lavan.